2-2. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite neighborhood boogeyman, SaRge, and I am back bringing you another PS5 versus Xbox Series X comparison. Now, today, some of you may know already that Destiny 2 has released its next-gen upgrades. So they've released the next-gen upgrades for both the PS5 and the Xbox Series, so Series X and S. So, yeah, the series. Either way, if you haven't updated already, if you have a next-gen console, it's very, very easy. On the PS5, you do have to go into the store and then re-download from the store, which will allow you to save a copy to your device. And then just to make sure that you're playing the correct one, when you go over to it, you just hit your options button, click on game version, and it'll show you the game versions that are available. So PS4 beta, regular, and then PS5. So you'll have all of that there available to you. So that is how you get it on the PS5. And then on the Xbox Series X, all you have to do is just actually download it. Once you download the update, it'll tell you that it's actually, oh my god, what's the term? There's a little icon. Oh, it's set up for, oh, hold up, let me close that, home, and quit. Okay, there we go, menu, and see in Microsoft Store. So when you look at it, it'll tell you that it is Xbox Series X in the top right corner. If you can see that, it lets you know that this is all set to go for Xbox Series X. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Optimized. It is optimized for Xbox Series X and S. So it took me forever to come up with that word. Actually, I didn't come up with it. I saw it on the screen, but that's the word that I was looking for. Okay. So, I am here using Little Boogie's profile plus my profile since I can't log into my profile in two places at once. And we're going to launch. So, in our last review, we checked startup times for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Clearly, it looks like my reviews have been a little bit different than some of the other people out there. What I have to say about that is I'm not a fanboy, and I haven't stacked the result in any particular console's favor or anything like that, so that's a big one for me. I've seen some reviews saying that the PlayStation 5 is outperforming the Xbox Series X, and that may be true. That I don't have the software to check frame rates and things like that, but I can tell you from my own experience that when it comes to booting up a game and booting up the console, so far, my Xbox is outperforming my PlayStation 5. That is a cold hard fact, and I've tried it over multiple games that were similar on both consoles, and each time the Xbox just outperformed the PlayStation 5. So let's see how we fare with Destiny 2, which is something that has been updated and optimized for both next-gen consoles. So we're going to go through that. I'm also going to go over some of the things that I've come across in my past almost 30 days of owning both these consoles, where today's the 8th. So I believe my Xbox is at this point 30 days old, and then on the 12th, my PlayStation will be 30 days old. So with that being said, let's go ahead and load up Destiny. Let's see how fast we can load up Destiny. I'm going to accept the game on both, and just to show you that the game is not running, we're going to hit menu. See, the game is not running on the Xbox, and we're going to go over here and hit menu again, and the game is not running on the PlayStation. Okay, and both of them, as you saw, are updated to the latest versions. So let's go ahead and hit X on here, and let's go and accept this. So we're going to hit it, bam, load both of them at the same time, and see where we end up at. Okay, so both of them loaded extremely fast, which is huge. I mean, huge benefit of those SSDs. Makes a world of difference there for sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to load into both games at the same time and press. And we're going to see our sign in. So the Xbox is slightly ahead of the PlayStation, it's looking like right now. but they both are loading extremely fast. Okay, so the PlayStation actually loaded into game, loaded at least to the character login screen first. So that was interesting. The Xbox loaded to the logo screen first, and then when you hit X, it went through the transition a lot faster, but logging into the character screen, definitely a win for the PlayStation. So that was a definite win for the PlayStation. PlayStation got to the login screen a lot faster. So let's see from scratch. We're going to try from scratch, and we're going to see how fast one is versus the other. And this time I'm not going to wait at each step. I'm going to see how fast I can load into orbit on each device. So let's do that. We're going to go here. We're going to hit close game. Okay. So it does take a little longer for the PlayStation to close the game than the Xbox. So just to confirm, we're going to hit menu, and game is closed. Menu over here, and game is closed. So this time, I'm just going to keep mashing the X and A buttons and see how fast I can load into orbit for each console. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're getting there pretty quickly. I'm just going to keep mashing the buttons here, signing in. Okay. Transition. Yep, it's like the PlayStation's just ever so slightly faster for sure. So into orbit on PlayStation. And I stalled there for a second. I have my controllers mixed up. But yeah, so the PS5 definitely loaded into orbit. Hold up. My son hasn't seen all the videos. We'll count that as orbit, seeing that video. Okay. So definitely, PlayStation 5 definitely loaded into orbit a lot faster than the Xbox. That is for sure. So let's go ahead and open Director. And we're going to hold over the tower, and we're going to highlight that. Let's do the same thing here. Boom. Click on this and highlight. Okay, so let's go ahead and load into the tower. Okay. And we're going to highlight launch. Let's see. Let me flip these controllers so that way they're lined up with how I see them on the screen. Okay, there we go. And launch. So I think the next video I'll do is probably comparing my PS4 versus my PS5 and my Xbox Series X versus my Xbox One X. Yeah, I think that's what it was. There was the Xbox One and then the Xbox One X. Yes. Okay. So again, another win for the PlayStation. We are loaded into the tower. We are actually running around, walking around. Now, I don't know if that's because I've been playing Destiny on my PlayStation, and on my Xbox, this is my son's account, and he's never loaded in. See, yeah, it's trying to sell him stuff. Okay, and it's loading some triumphs. But one thing I will say, okay, if you're looking at the screens right now, this right here is incredible. The smoothness on both of these is just incredibly smooth. I was floored. Like, you can really see, I mean, I don't know how well you can see it on a YouTube video, but in real life, you can really see how smooth the representation of this game is. It is night and day from the last series, from the Xbox One X and from the PS4, looking at the next gen consoles. I mean, it's just, I'm floored with how clean this looks. Now, my son has a sensitivity way high. I don't know why. Look sensitivity. Yeah, he's got it turned all the way up to 10. Wow. What do I have it on my PlayStation set as? I don't run it. Yeah, I've got it set to 3. Okay, so let's turn this down so that way they're both the same. Okay. And now we can look at the same rates. There we go. Okay. So let's see if I can, let's line these up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And we're just going to tap a little bit. Get it to catch up. There we go. And there we go. Smooth transitions all the way around. So now you guys can see how clean the graphics are on both of these. Like, it is absolutely incredible. I am floored by how good this game looks. Now, I haven't played around with any of the field of view settings. I believe there's supposed to be some more field of view settings available now in this latest update. So we're going to look into that now, actually. So let's see. Let's go into our menus. And we're going to go over. And, okay, so vertical inversion, horizontal inversion. No inversions there. Okay, video, 120 hertz, crucible only. Well, that's nice. We'll turn that on. Okay, field of view. There we go. So let's turn this all the way up. 105 is okay, all the way up. And let's see on the Xbox, it should give us the same options. So, yeah, crucible on, field of view. And let's see what the difference is now. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to affect us in the tower. Don't know if it affects us in tower. Okay, let's go to orbit. Okay, go on orbit. Ooh, Xbox made it to orbit a lot faster. Uh-oh, contacting Destiny servers. Well, that's never good. And I got booted. Okay. So I got booted on my PlayStation. Maybe that might have had something to do with why the Xbox loaded to the tower a lot faster. I mean, loaded to orbit a lot faster just now. I'm going to blame that on the servers and not the console itself. Because immediately when I went to orbit, I got booted. Okay, so let's load back in. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons. I mean, huge pro right now is the frame rates. Like, just noticing how smooth it is, and then being able to turn on that 120 hertz is definitely nice. Looking at the planet right now past us, like, it is so incredibly smooth as I'm watching both of these. I'm noticing, though, it's definitely moving a lot faster. If you look at it, it's moving a lot faster. Is it? I don't know. I'm looking at the YouTube video. YouTube video looks the same. Okay, maybe it's just my point of view, my angle, because I'm not dead center between my two TVs, but either way. Okay, so again, big thing for me is color, frame rates. I mean, just the graphics. Everybody knew the graphics were going to be incredible, but actually physically seeing them and visualizing them, like seeing all of that, huge pluses for both consoles. Both consoles look incredible, for sure. Love it. Okay. So speed, both of them load up incredibly fast. Graphics look incredibly great on both of them. Let's talk about launch titles. I mean, neither one of them had a whole... Xbox had no exclusives, so let's start there. They had no launch exclusives that were, super big or anything like that. And then PlayStation had a few, but I didn't really care for any of them. I didn't care to play Miles Morales. I didn't, it just wasn't, it wasn't something for me, or that Bug Snatch game, meh, whatever. nothing that I was looking for. I mean, I was really, really hoping to play something a lot bigger than those. So, swing and a miss. So that's why Destiny is my first one that's actually made for next gen. That I'm comparing, because sure, we were able to download Hollow Knight on both of them, and we were able to look at things like Destiny, pre next gen update, and Fortnite. That was another one that we kind of looked at or whatever. But launch wise for me, meh. So anybody out there who feels like they might have missed out by not having an Xbox Series X or PS5 right now, unless you really, really, really were trying to play one of those launch titles like Miles Morales or Demon Souls, something like that. I mean, you didn't miss out. You did not miss out on anything. It's not a big deal. Unless you were planning on buying one of those games, it's okay. Like, just wait till they're back in stock. Don't pay an arm and a leg. I really, really recommend not paying over regular retail price. Just don't. It's not worth it. They're definitely not worth paying over regular retail price for these. Just wait for them to be in regular stock. Sony says they've been ramping up their production. Microsoft said the same thing. So you should see more of them coming up around Christmas time and then in the spring again. And that's when we're going to start seeing a lot more titles anyways. So try to coincide your purchase with a new game release. Once they start building up stock, start looking for it. Once you start thinking, oh, okay, my game is coming out at this particular time, so I want to get a console around the same time that I'm getting that game. Okay. So aside from that, some of the things that... Let's talk about pet peeves. Some of the things that drive me nuts about using both my PlayStation and my Xbox. So on my PlayStation, it's absolutely atrocious when it comes to using, like, these cards are annoying. Same thing when it comes to, like, trying to talk to your friends or whatever. You have to go to the game base. Then from the game base, you hit options, go to game base, and now you can get into your messages, your friends, friend search, things like that. That's a pain in the ass. Same thing when it comes to trying to send a message. It's just way too long to do it. I don't know why they did that. And what's weird is if you go to here, so this is your game base here at the bottom. I mean, this is your panel. If you want to change this, it doesn't give you much. See, so here's your control center. I can see the little friends person icon all the way in the corner, like almost there, right next to power, but it won't let me select it. This is all the crap that I get. This is it. This is it. I'm like, well, this is bullshit. Because that's not everything I see here. See? So, and I tried shutting off the game base to see if it'll give me just the friends icon. It doesn't. And this just shows you the parties. Sony, can I say this to you? No. Why am I asking permission? Sony, fuck you. Like, legit, just fuck you for this new party system. Because this is all bullshit. This new party system sucks. Giant, big, fat donkey dick. And it's absolutely atrocious. Whoever thought of this should be fired. I'm sorry. I know we're in a pandemic, but this person deserves to lose his job because this party system is horrible. Like, horrible, horrible, horrible the way it works. Nobody likes it. Bro, quit. Like, go back. Because getting in and out of parties is a pain in the ass. And then you're left with all these recent parties. See, like if I hit view our parties, here are all these parties that are open. And I'm like, I don't want these parties to be open. Like you can see the numbers. See, 11, 8, 7. That's how many people are in those parties. And then it stays like that forever. So if you're someone who plays a Destiny or something and you want to LFG real quick with someone and you add all these people, now there's 11 people in this party who have access to coming back to this party. And unless you manually go into the party and then leave the party, okay, now it's finally gone. That's the only way you get rid of that stupid party. So I have to do that every single time I LFG with a bunch of random people I have to go and I have to leave these parties. So that's not just a next gen thing. That's like just Sony did this recently with this whole party system update, but it ties into this whole game base issue. I believe Sony probably did these updates because of this whole game day issue. These little cards, these cards are all right. I'm not, whatever. I'm not super impressed by them or anything. They're whatever to me. But this is annoying. What's weird is this power button wasn't there. That must have been during an update. I didn't pay attention to the update notes, but this power button that's right here, that was originally not there. The way you had to shut off the console was to hold down, go over here, click on your name, log out, then hold the PlayStation button again, then click power options, then click shut off. It was terrible how long it took to shut down your console. So whenever they added this little icon to the bottom like that, okay, that's a plus, because that wasn't there originally. I wonder if it's from all the bad reviews and YouTube videos and people just complaining that they decided, which is weird because if you press the option buttons, the power control is there, but it never gives you the chance to actually click on it. Like I have a PSVR, can't click on that. Like I guess these are supposed to be downloads in the middle in between accessibility and network. I can't add any of those icons. Like none of those icons, it won't let me customize my control center. This is all I can customize. Like this is horseshit. Why show me all these other icons if I can't even put them in there yet? So accessories, battery life. Oh, speaking of battery life, the controllers suck again. Still, I almost feel like they suck worse than before when it comes to battery life. I love the feel. I love the way it fits in the hand and everything. And probably my favorite feature is having the microphone on the controller with a mute button. I mean, I don't really care if the mic was there or not, but the simple fact that there's a mute button that can mute either your headset that you're wearing or the actual controller itself, that is phenomenal. That is so great. If you're in the middle of talking to your team or whatever, and then somebody pops into your room and has to say something to you, instead of having to disconnect your headset really quick, you can just hit that quick mute button. Not every headset comes with a mute button on it, or is it that easily accessible. A lot of headsets have the mute button on the actual headset itself, where you press it, either on the wire or on the headset. Either way, that requires you to lift your hand from your controller, bring it up, aim for that button and know exactly where it's at, hit that button, and then get it muted before somebody bursts into your room and says something stupid. With it on your controller, though, your thumb is right there. Like, it's just so you can, when you go to turn around and look, and you put it in one hand, your thumb is right there on the spot where you can press the mute button. Super, super friendly. Huge fan of that. Definitely love that. I haven't had the experience of playing around with the disk drive because, again, I didn't buy any next-gen games, so I don't have anything to say about that particular notion. Let's talk about Xbox. After I've, bashed the PS5 a bunch. But again, like I said in the beginning, there's so many good things. Graphics, the speed, the SSD just loading between apps. There's so many good and redeeming qualities. But there's a bunch of little just nitpicky qualities that are all software related. So it means they can be fixed. 100%. Hopefully Sony hears our cries because I'm not the only one. But hopefully they hear our cries and they fix these little things because they are fixable. Let's talk about the Xbox. The Xbox has a lot of bogus things that piss me off as well with this next one. It's something that I didn't have an issue with last generation. So if I go home, as you see, it shows my son's gamer tag, and then it switches over and shows a name. And that's annoying. I don't like that. It shouldn't have to show a name there. You have to actually edit and change your name so it doesn't show your name. Now, some of you are like, oh, what's the big freaking deal? Okay, well, if you have a unique name, then it makes it easier for somebody to look you up when you're streaming if they want to harass or bother you. If you're a John Smith, then, hey, whatever, be a John Smith. There's a million of them out there, and you're going to be impossible to find. But, if your name is, oEGaMinG or something like that, a unique name, and it just makes it easier for them to find you. It also used to show your email address up there. That is an option that you can remove. That it's you have to find it. It is there. It's one of the settings that has to do with the home. But again, default out of the box, once you turn it on, load into your console, whatever, it shows your first and last name and it shows your email address. And it's like, why? If you've already built in all these extra PVR features and stuff like that so people can stream directly from their consoles, why would anybody want to stream and show off that information? It makes no sense, Microsoft. What are you doing? You guys are on Twitter right now spouting that people shouldn't even be using passwords because passwords aren't good enough to encrypt things, that we should be using two-factor authentications and all this other stuff, and yet you have no issue putting our private details right on the home screen for anyone to see. That's kind of annoying. No, that's extremely annoying. On both consoles, this is something that's annoying on both consoles, is trying to get to where your games are being downloaded. So if you're actually downloading a new game and you want to get to that particular spot where those games are being downloaded on the PlayStation, it used to be very, very easy to find it. Now, not so much. So, you know, you kind of have to go home, and then I believe, no, it's not under media. See, I don't even know at this point. Like, setting, no, search. I don't even know. I don't even know where it would be anymore, where I would go to find where I'm downloading my games. But you used to see the games downloading right here on the home screen, and then there used to be like a little notifications icon, like you could go there. So similar to this guy down here, where you can go into here and you can see, yeah, see, delete all notifications. So it's not in there. So you used to be able to just go to notifications and you can see all the games that had updates needed, and all the downloads and everything that were going on at that particular moment in time. And I don't see that anymore. And then on the Xbox, you have to go into My Games and Apps, and then I believe it is See All, and then you can, yeah, see where it says Manage Queue, and then you can go into your queue, and then it's all there. So it's a long process for, like, why? When there used to be just options right from the home screen. So again, little nitpicky things. But other than that, I mean, my first 30 days with both consoles have been pretty great. I'm very, very happy that Microsoft decided to stick with using batteries for their controllers. They seem to last a lot longer than the PS5 controllers. I have two controllers for both consoles, and I can tell you right now, my Xbox Series X, I haven't even opened the second controller because I don't need to keep switching between both controllers. On my PlayStation, the moment I bought my second controller, it's really right on the mark. Every 3.5 to 4 hours or so, I have to switch controllers. That's about as much as I'm getting out of it. And I have the vibration function shut off, and I have the mic on mute, so I'm not actually using any of the microphone features. And roughly right around 3.5 to 4 hours of gaming, it'll ask me, or it'll warn me and tell me that my battery is low. And if you're in the middle of a match, like I was playing Gambit or something, I wasn't in a position to switch the controller. And then what ended up happening? Controller died when I had 15 motes, and of course I get pummeled by an ogre and I lose all 15 motes. So that was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so let's go back. It looks like we haven't been kicked. Let's see if we can get. Let's load some stuff. Okay, let's load into the tower again. I'm going to load into the tower one more time, and then load back into orbit just to see how quick that is. So we're going to load. Okay. So launch both of them at the same time. And let's see where we get at with this. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the PS5, the ship took off first on the PS5. So the PS5 probably will load into the tower faster. Yep, looks like oh, the Xbox caught up just a slight bit, but I think the PS5 still got it beat. Okay, bam. So remember earlier where the PS5 beat the Xbox by a lot, but it was because my son didn't have any of that content. But still, PS5 gets the win on this particular one. Loaded in at less than a half a second faster, but it's still loaded in faster, no doubt about it. No camera finish needed. We were able to see that. So now let's go back to orbit. Let's see how quickly we can go to orbit. So I'm going to hold on to both. Okay, and both of them are launching to orbit. So let's see how quickly we can get back to orbit. Okay, see, now that's weird. So the Xbox can get to orbit faster. That's interesting. I don't understand why that would happen. Let's load into something like... see, it's tough because Gambit and Crucible and all that stuff is all based on matchmaking. So it's all based on how quickly you can matchmake with someone. So what would be a fair comparison that's not matchmaking required? Let's see. Can I... Yeah, power level's not high enough, so yeah, my son's account is not ready to do Nightfall, so I can't log into Nightfall. And I think Crucible Private, you need at least 2. Oh, it says Fire Team 1 or 4. Okay, yeah, it says Fire Team 1. So let's load into Crucible. Okay, yeah, because it says 1 to 12. So that's interesting that I can load in with one person. I don't know why I would want to load into Crucible by myself, but whatever. So we're just going to leave it default. We're not going to mess with any of that. And we're just going to hit Control and go play Control by ourselves, I guess. But let's load. So we're loading in here now. Okay, it looks like they're taking off at the same time. I think the PS5's just ever so slightly ahead on this one again. Yep. Yeah, the PS5 is just a smidge faster. Okay, so that's weird. The PS5 showed the load-in animation, but the Xbox did not. Okay. So again, let's go back to orbit. And they got to orbit at the same time on this one. Okay, so that's good. And now let's load into open world. Let's go to the EDZ. Let's try that. Ugh, again, the controllers, I flip them. So I'm like looking at one screen while I'm playing with the other controller. Okay. So let's go to the Trosslands and just load into there. Okay. Okay. So the Xbox loaded in faster that time. I mean, I'm going to call this one a draw between the two. And they both look incredible. I can't choose either particular way. I'm going to tell you that clearly Destiny is not going to be your deciding factor as to whether you're going to play on an Xbox or a PlayStation. I mean, I'd hope not. I like Destiny and I like Bungie, but that is not going to be the deciding factor. My friends' base is, and right now I have more clanmates and more friends on the PlayStation Network playing Destiny than I do on the Xbox Network playing. I, for the most part, spent my time on Xbox playing a lot of single-player games, or at least single-player focus. Like I do play Gears and Doom, even though those have multiplayer options, I tend to play those by myself. And I tend to keep my PlayStation for either Sony exclusives or some multiplayer. But as you notice, if you look at the names that are running around the screen right now, some of the people that I can see out there, it is so smooth. So it's so good. Really, really enjoying this. I'm going to have Little Boogie grab one of the controllers, and we're just kind of going to walk through the game and kill some stuff, okay? So, we're probably not going to be walking in the same direction because, again, we're loaded in 2 different instances. But let's check the map. Let's see if there's any... Okay, no. So I don't see any public events. But he's already found some bad guys to shoot. Let me see if I can find some bad guys to shoot. But the gameplay is... Oh my god, it's so smooth. But I'm not noticing any difference in the field of view. So I don't know if... Maybe my TV just can't... I mean, it is a widescreen TV. I don't know why it wouldn't be able to take advantage of that. Let's make sure that that didn't change. No, field of view did change. Oh, I didn't hit triangle. Oops, I'm a dodo. Okay, Little Boogie, go ahead and go into there. Go to settings. And then apply changes. I'm going to apply... I just applied changes now. Hold up. Can I go up to... Yeah, okay. 105. Go under video. Change the hertz. It says Crucible only, but just change it anyways. Yeah, on, and then change the field of view to 105. And let's see. We're going to see how big of a difference this is. Okay, apply that. And... Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that difference. Okay, that looks good. And of course he's going to go in and change the sensitivity back on me. I had turned it down to 3 because he had it at 10. But yeah, that is smooth. Wow, this looks really good. I am floored how good this looks on both of these consoles. Wow. This is clean. It's gonna take me some getting used to have to get used to this because this looks good. This looks really good. And I can see that Little Boogie is probably getting really jealous right now because he doesn't have a next-gen console. He doesn't even have a second-tier console. He's using my old PS4, my old original Xbox. So he's got a day one PS4 and a day one Xbox. I might, if he's a good kid, I might give him my PS4 Pro and my Xbox Series X. I'm not sure. But with that being said, I mean, playing this is wow. Wow, what a huge difference from what I was playing before to now. This is so clean. Let's, boom, look at that captain. Like, look at that. That is so awesome looking. Wow. This is gonna make a... Oh my god. I can't wait to go play a raid just to see like how immense the terrain is. But look at these. All of that looks so great. Okay, let's see what our frame... Okay, yeah, now that we're on the Sparrow, let's see what this looks like. Wow. Okay. So again, still super, super clean. Public event optional, but I don't... Oh, there it is. I was like, where's the flag? Uh-oh, that's weird. Look at the reticle and look at the red dot. They are not in the same spot. Okay, so it's the red dot that I gotta shoot at. That's an oops. Yeah, those don't line up at all. Because if I use... Yeah, no, that is bad. Okay, Bungo, you gotta fix that one. My Thunderlord is not correct. The red dot and the rest of the reticle are completely off. That is bad. Hold on. This is good. This is on point. Okay, that's good. Let's try Zeno. Let's see if Zeno lines up. Okay, Zeno lines up. Yeah, Zeno lines up no problem. Okay, let's look for a sniper rifle. Yep, sniper rifle lines up no problem. Okay, so on Thunderlord just happens to be glitched. And it doesn't line up correctly. Okay, and I'm a bad shot. But this is just gorgeous. I mean, no other word for it. What a great update. Bungie, you've definitely done a great job at taking advantage of all the features and benefits on next gen for sure. I'm like watching my son in a firefight, and that looks great over there right now. Let me go to somewhere where there's a lot of action happening. Ooh, refresh my ammo. Nice. Give me that. Wow, that is so good. And even just the way the darkness falls over the area, super clean. Look at all that lighting. Those shadows are awesome. Little off on this. Wait, that's that tree. Look at that. No, that's right on the money. That is right on the money. Oh, looks great. Oh, now we've got all these public events I want to pop. Originally when I was looking, it didn't want to show me anything. Now we got 3 popping. Okay.
Back onto the inventory again.
Options. Look at that. Look at that super. That third person view. Wow, that looks great. Now, let me put on a sword. No, this is what I wanted. There we go. Go ahead and emote real quick and then just do a spin around your character while you're emoting. Wow. Again, both looking incredible. Okay, so let's see what happens when there's a lot going on. Let's go into this lost sector. And I believe it is right there. There we go. Bam. Da, 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 da.
That's weird. You can't change ADS look.
Wow, that looks freaking awesome. This is awesome. Wow, that looks so clean. And somebody's knocking on my door. Excuse me for the dogs barking.
I was never good at sparrow racing.
I miss sparrow racing. I wish they brought it back.
It was so competitive.
Sparrow racing was awesome. So good. Where's that damn ship? Let's make this heroic. Gotta get to 40%. High value target nearby. Where? I don't see any high values. And let's take the ship down. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. 4 shots from Zeno. Heroic, nice. Hit him with another Zeno shot. Let's hit him with the door. Bam. And there goes his head. Quick and easy. Wow, I am, again, I know I sound like a parrot or something, but this looks great. Okay, I mean, well, that's my full review. I'm not going to keep you guys on here any longer watching what's going on. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was informative and, helps you make some sort of a decision. Again, my recommendation, wait. There's no need to rush out and try to get a next gen right now. And I got another falling guillotine. Yeah, there's no real need unless there's a specific game that you're trying to play on next gen. Just wait for them to get back in stock. Don't pay an exorbitant fee, to all those scalpers that are out there. It's just not worth it. There's paying any more than retail for one of these consoles is just not worth it. They're good, but they're not that good. I mean, even the regular retail price is a little high, but I am impressed. Definitely am impressed with what they've been able to do, and then again with Bungie's ability to take advantage of these systems. So it makes me very hopeful for the future as to some of the other games that we're going to be getting. Like, I'm really, really, really looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. That's one that's on my list for sure. I mean, everybody's waiting for the next God of War. Like, where's that? Because we want that. Sure, remastered is nice, but we want a continuation of the story. So there's definitely some titles that we're hoping and wishing for and wanting. Yeah, like, look at the way he just goes past. Look at that. Just kind of want to hang with him really quick, just so you guys can see another sparrow. This is so good. So good. Okay. So, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you all for stopping by, checking out my channel. Please don't forget, like, subscribe. It's the only way we hope to grow with what we're doing here, get better at what we're doing. So, it takes practice, time. And we're just going to keep trying until more and more people like what we're doing here and they like our channel. But I appreciate you all stopping by and checking this out. If you have any questions, just comment below. And I pay pretty close attention to the comments when they come up. And I hope to see you guys out there. All my gamer tags, everything is all public. You can just see it. So shoot me a friend request if you want to play some Destiny together. Today's reset day, so I'll be the Sherpa, and I'll be Sherpaing some people through some raids. I'll probably even stream the raid as well. So I want to thank you all for stepping in and taking your time to watch what we had to say. I'm out.